What small upgrade made a huge difference at your house? Soft close cabinets and toilet seats. We have a soft close toilet seat at our home, and every time I'm at a hotel, I completely forget that they aren't usually soft close, and the slam startles me. Like, why is that an extra feature? All toilet seats should be soft close. Nah, sometimes it's important to be able to slap the seat down hard and fast, so the toilet knows in advance you're about to take an angry shit and can prepare itself for the abuse. A better shower. If you can't redo the whole bathroom, just replace the head. This also works if you rent, just keep the old one in a box, so you can bring the nice one to your next house. I'm a renter and I finally installed a better shower head this year, after just using the default head in all my apartments for almost 20 years. 10/10, highly recommend. King-size bed. Probably the best investment you can make for your marriage. You can cuddle in the center or build a pillow wall 2 layers thick, and maybe a necessity if they have kids. Replace dated lighting fixtures. Fixtures are now properly grounded, the interior looks more updated, and there is more better light. Lighting can absolutely make a huge difference in the way you feel in your room. Get some shoulder height when you are sitting, lamps for your living room. You will notice a shift in how much more relaxed you feel when you use those instead of the overheads. Blackout curtains for sleeping. Such a game changer. After living here for 35 years, we had all the windows in the house replaced 5 months ago. The house is so much more comfortable and quiet. It was expensive, but worth it. Methodically buying phone chargers with long enough cables to not have to ever move one again. Motion-activated light switch for the laundry room. Never have to worry about turning off the light when leaving with an arm full of clothing. Mine is in the garage where second refrigerator is. Spending a day mounting my artwork. It felt so much more like my home after that. Every time I've moved, I put that off for way too long, then finally break down and do it, and the house feels so much better to be in. Those little battery-powered lights that light up only when someone passes. Just enough to not to kill yourself because some little shit left a wooden train on staircase, but not enough to wake up whole family. My wife and I getting separate blankets. No more fighting about who takes the covers while we're sleeping. Highly recommend 10/10. I did something similar, but instead of the second blanket I got a divorce. Tushy bidet. A proper mesh Wi-Fi network. It used to be so annoying to lose signal in some parts of the house. Wall decorations. Literally anything at all. I lived my whole adult life without decorating at all because it seemed pointless and like a waste of time and money, but man, after meeting my soon-to-be wife and helping her move in and put up her decor, it's astounding how much my house felt more like a home. The improvement of my mental state and comfort level was unexpected and eye-opening. It inspired me to decorate my basement with common man cave stuff like a flag of my favorite football team and bar signs and LED lights, and it's my favorite space in the whole world now. I feel dumb for scoffing at the idea of putting stuff up on my wall, and wonder how much more I would have enjoyed living in my previous places. I learned this from The Sims. They're happier in clean rooms with more artwork. Have a whole mood bar just for how their environment makes them feel. A whole house humidifier system. Used to have nosebleeds all winter and massive static electricity issues. Kept a small metal rod in my pocket at all times to ground myself before directly touching anything conductive, and my cat was generally terrified of being pet from October-April because of the powerful static shocks. If I remember correctly, it was around $400 for the unit, and I DIY'd the install in about 2 hours. For perspective, the static electricity issue was so bad that I killed the thermostat, a small stereo shelf system, an Xbox controller, and a television remote through static shocks the winter before getting the humidifier. I dream of living somewhere where I need to pump water into the air rather than trying to remove it. Controlling high humidity is a constant and futile battle. Some of these answers aren't small at all. An actual small upgrade. Look at what areas of your house collect random piles of things, and put a basket or holder of some kind there. Example: my coffee table has the remotes, coasters, random books, etc. all laying around, so I got a pretty decorative basket that now I can put those items in. Another example: My kitchen counters were collecting random dog treats and dog-related items that I used frequently and wanted easily accessible, so I bought a breadbox-like thing that holds them. Things look so much more organized when you just put them in a container in the spot that they naturally get placed. I get that small is relative, but some of the responses are big, expensive luxury items or stuff like, we replaced all our windows. And I feel like nobody can genuinely consider those small upgrades unless they can also consider buying a house to be a small expense. Bought an espresso machine cause I was tired of how expensive Starbucks got. Life changer if you're into coffee. I freaking love the one in my office. Found it online. For $32,000. A Roomba. Living in a house with many small siblings, you have no idea how much time a Roomba saved. We got a Roborock. Impressive cleaner, I must say. Smart outlets for Christmas lights, both inside and outside. I have them scheduled to turn on at sunset and turn off at midnight. Cat. She's pretty small but easily the most important thing in here. Mine are mostly kitchen-based because I cook dinner pretty much every night. A couple of those magnetic wall-mounted knife holders frees so much room on my countertops. Wall-mounted spice rack and glass jars. Keeps my spices where I can see them and monitor levels. Much easier to access than storing them in a cabinet or in the pantry. Wall-mounted hooks for pan storage. No longer need to make a ton of noise grabbing pans from the corner cabinet. Pots are still down there, however. All three cost me maybe $70 and have vastly improved my quality of life in the kitchen. Gooseneck kitchen faucet. A whole home water filter. I've been thinking about one of those. Isn't it better to cook with that water too? It's better to do everything with that water, if you can. Better showers too, without your skin feeling coarse and dry afterwards. Putting extra shelving in the pantry. Why the previous owners only used one wall when there's three is a mystery. Dishwasher. It has changed our arguments over dishes. Dishwasher was the one for me too. It wasn't very expensive to get one or install. And holy fuck, I don't know how we ever coped before. No washing dishes. A handy place to hide all your dirty dishes. A handy place for your clean dishes to dry. And no dish rack on the draining board has freed up loads of space, made it look a lot less cluttered. I'm also mildly allergic to washing up liquid but hated having a sodden pair of rubber gloves marinating by the sink, so it's a win for my skin too. We replaced our shallow double kitchen sink with a single industrial sink. So much easier for filling pots and doing dishes. I hated my double sink. Made it impossible to wash anything bigger than a saucepan. Found a bigger single stainless steel sink on clearance at Home Depot for $75. Best upgrade we have done since moving in a year ago. A built-into-the-wall bench in the walk-in shower. Now I walk into the shower fully clothed to pensively sit on my bench while brushing my teeth. I also sit on my bench while showering my toddler, shooting water at him from the handheld shower head, just sitting on my bench resting while he's having fun. Helps kill the time and entertain the toddler. I'm sure it will also be very useful if we get sick or old. Just shower sitting down on our bench. I only have one bedroom in a rental house with 3 roommates, but for my bedroom, organizational storage. I bought a small shelf, I bought a small coat rack, I bought short rolling bins that go under my bed, I bought tall square bins that sit on the shelf in my closet. Removed a lot of the clutter with these things, almost like my room is bigger now. A decent pillow. Plants. Getting rid of gray walls when I started feeling the black dog rear its ugly head again. Life's too short to spend it living in a fog bank. Bring color in wherever you can. I had a window above the stairs the neighbors could see through, so I went on Amazon and spent $40 on some plastic window film that makes it look like stained glass. It turned out amazing and lasted forever. I don't know if it counts as small, but the cost was fairly small as I provided all the labor. I think I have about 2,500 total into a 6,000-gallon koi pond in my backyard. This includes a huge sunshade so the fish don't get overexposed to the sun and helps with birds while providing a nice shady place to sit and watch the fish. Not only is it nice to have a pond to watch fish, but the water plants have attracted all kinds of wildlife that were not present before. Koi were babies when introduced to the pond, are roughly 2 feet with one being closer to 3 feet. Doggy door, game changer. Basically anything you touch or interact with daily. Creaking door handle? Adjust and oil it up. Small hobby work stuff laying around constantly? Buy a small cabinet of drawers. Can't look at horrible wall while sitting on a shitter? Do some DIY weekend remodeling. I can go on and on. Basically, there are a lot of minor things that you even don't think about that you dislike in your home. Last example would be a nice non-slip and correct size bathroom mats that we bought. I may be getting old, but I was more excited about them than the last luxury items I bought. Roombas are cool. Good coat hangers are cooler. Solar tubes. House would have been really dark without them, especially the kitchen and entry. We only need lights when it's dark out. Asking my ex-wife to move out. Towel warmer in the master bathroom. We not only get warm towels, it's on a timer, but also don't need to wash our towels as often because they don't start to smell after a few days anymore. 10/10 would recommend. Creating the habit of washing my dishes before bed. It took me 30+ years to develop the habit, but it really changes the feel of the kitchen and my desire to upkeep everything else. What small upgrade made a huge difference at your house? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.